You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access. Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Business Access TV is here at the Carib Cinema for YelloDigicon 2018, dubbed Digital Marketing Innovation Ready for Tomorrow. I'm your host, Amita Prasadwe. Please stay tuned to Business Access TV for highlights.
As businesses, we need to recognize that consumer-centric advertising, consumer-centric marketing needs to be the order of the day. Because the consumer now has a lot more options. That is because the internet and technology continues to permeate globally. So there are actually over 4 billion internet users globally. That was since the beginning of 2018. That represents over 54% of the global population. And that number continues to rise. Over 3.2 billion social media users, 42% penetration. Did you know that your WhatsApp, which is very popular in the Caribbean, there are over 38 million messages sent every 60 seconds. In every 60 seconds, YouTube, there are over 4.3 million videos that are viewed. It means that with this proliferation of content, brands have to wade through all of that information, all of that noise, to be able to zero in on who the customer is. And that is why the customer has so much power, because they can choose not to be exposed or to consume your information. Social media is excellent, and the Google Display Network, short pushing ads, is excellent at bringing interest, bringing awareness to your brand or your product. But having created that awareness, what then? Are we still expecting that customers will actually buy the first time they become exposed to your product? That, if you are expecting that, then you're in for a rude awakening. You have to court them. They have to be channeled or ushered along the sales funnel. And so, after they've been exposed to your brand in the mobile app, on a website, on social media, how do you communicate? What is your value proposition? And that is when you usher them down now to hopefully a place, an online asset that will be able to communicate more directly. Usually that's a customized landing page. Usually that's your website or to your mobile app. Something that will be able to create that dialogue. And that is where things like search engine marketing will come in, and things like remarketing, different online assets, digital marketing tools that will be able to continue that conversation until they get to the point at which they say, yes, here is my money in exchange for that good or product or service. And beyond that, you continue to develop that relationship, again incorporating social media. But the strategy from your social media at that point must be different from what it was in just bringing general awareness. Because now you're developing an advocate relationship. One of the most important things that come out of the millennial mindset is experience, experiential marketing. Focus on the experience, both online and offline, because everybody's aware, I'm sure, that if you have a negative experience, that will cost you in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of reputation. And so guard your integrity, guard the experience with your business fiercely. Not every product that you offer will appeal to everybody. Understand who is your ideal customer for this product or service or brand at this particular time. And once you develop that persona, you start to collect information about them. Things like, what platforms do they use? Are they on all multimedia? Do you use TV here? Do you use outdoor? Do you use mobile only? Do you use social media? Where are they located? Where do they work? Where do they live? And so where do you reach them? What are the attributes? What are they interested in? Because if they're interested in motor vehicles, then you can reach them while they're looking at something related to motor vehicles. Because you're focusing on the individual. Ensure that your website is mobile friendly, is mobile enabled. Because we know that most of the searches, most of the interactions will come from a mobile device. And if your website is designed or optimized for a desktop device, then chances are the mobile experience will be less than optimal. We're talking about the future, eh? Customers now are demanding not only to have a good experience on your website, and that's it. Because they're not staying in front of the computer all day. They want that same experience on their mobile device. And it follows them in store. And from in store, back to the website. And it continues, it's seamless. That doesn't just happen overnight. And we as businesses in Jamaica and in the Caribbean need to understand and ensure that we embrace that.
Your audience seems very engaged today. What's the feedback like?
The feedback has been phenomenal. We did this same exact conference in Cayman. We had about 140 people. The feedback was good. We now have close to 400 people here today, and the feedback is much better than it was in Cayman. I think the energy, the questions that are coming out, the insight that are coming out, I think is good. Not only in the quality of the presentations, but also the content that is being disseminated to a wide cross-section of businesses, small, medium, and large. And I think based on that premise, I would regard today's conference as a resounding success.
So how much of a positive impact does digital marketing conferences like these have for Yellow Media Group?
It has tremendous value as it relates to establishing and reinforcing Yellow Media Group as a leader in the digital space, not only in Jamaica, but across the region. As well as, and I think more importantly, a very positive impact on our customers. Because the truth of the matter is that while we do sell digital, this conference is not only designed to focus around products that we sell. It is intended to really raise the awareness and the strategy level that businesses can utilize digital marketing and the different tools and the different benefits to incorporate and fine-tune their own strategies to be able to step into the 21st century and actually reach their customers in a meaningful way and maximize that return on investment.
As 2018, the digital marketing space continues to change. What would you say are some newer challenges that are now facing the Jamaican digital marketing landscape?
I think one of the major challenges I have found is that there is not an aggressive adoption of the importance of digital marketing to most businesses. Fact of the matter is that still it's regarded as a bolt-on. It is a whatever budget is left after we've done everything else that is important that we'll dedicate to marketing and then digital marketing. Because of how digital marketing is firmly rooted in the core structure of most businesses, I think local businesses need to more readily embrace the importance of digital marketing in actually how to reach and communicate with customers, generate leads, and then focusing on how to move those leads through the sales funnel to an actual sale, and better yet, get them to become loyal, become brand advocates. And so, businesses I think will definitely benefit more in terms of revenue from courting existing customers rather than investing over and over just to court brand new customers.
When it comes to the world of online reviews, one of the things that's really important is to engage with them, right? You cannot hide from them because they tend to have this sort of inevitability about them, right? People are going to be online looking at businesses, trying to find out information about online reviews one way or the other. If you're not on a review site, it's really important that you put your business on review sites because frankly, consumers more often than not actually have the ability through the platforms to list your business on your behalf. But why are consumers going to review sites in the first place, right? Why are consumers going out there and why are they going and seeking out this information on businesses that they're going to spend money with? And why are they doing it in droves? 97% of consumers last year used an online review site to find a local business. Raise your hand if you've ever looked up a business online before you went there. I expect everybody's hand to be up, right? So why are they doing this? Well, Online review sites are no different than word of mouth, right? They are pretty much exactly the same. But rather than listening to one person at brunch or at church or in your community center, whatever it might be, you're getting the collective knowledge of a group of people, of an audience of people, so that one outlier tends to be balanced out. Businesses can say whatever they want about themselves. World famous, grandma's best, world renowned. Rashid called me an internationally renowned speaker. Thank you. I'm a take it, right? Because I can take a compliment. That's an art. But that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. But the point is that brands can say whatever they want about themselves. And consumers are savvy to that now. Right? They're sophisticated, they're educated. They know that a brand can say whatever they want about themselves. So they're going to go out there and they're going to do their due diligence. And they're going to go out there and see whether or not a brand is truly being authentic. Right? Are they truly measuring up to the promise that they're putting out there? And brand promise is such an interesting idea, right? Brand promise is so complicated because brand promise is no longer a mission statement. It's all of the things that are out in the world that are about your business that, when summed, equal your brand promise. When you're setting yourself on a local business directory or a review site, the thing that's really nice is you don't actually have to go on there and spend that much time proactively managing it. Maybe it's something you check once a week or every 2 weeks, whatever it is. But you do need to take a little bit of time to set it up and make it unique. So make sure that you're in the categories that make the most sense for your business, but also make sure that the way that you're talking about your business is compelling, right? Photos are going to be a really big differentiator between you and people and other businesses in the area, because that is a much more telling idea, a much more telling example of what you do and what makes you so unique. So make sure that you're uploading at least 10 photos to your pages. And with your photos, don't just do your logo and your product offering and whatever. Focus on the people and the team, because that is the heart of any business. It's the people who spend so much time doing that, right? Next thing, set yourself up to start taking some reviews in those business details, right? Do you take credit cards, things like that? Those are the little things that consumers might be looking for that it's going to be really, really helpful to have on there. Just like Rashid was saying, if you have beach access, you want to make sure that those types of additional details, because you don't know how consumers are searching necessarily, you want to make sure that you're casting a wide net for everything that you do. So don't get lazy. Make sure that you take the time and you set yourself up correctly, and then every 6 months or so, update as there are changes to your business. So again, basic business information about your business and photos. If one person has given you a negative review, that means that there are 99 people who probably thought the exact same thing, but never took the time to write it down. So as a business, the people that you should be afraid of are not the one-star reviewers. It's the people who walk away and don't tell you why they're walking away. People walk away and say, I wouldn't go back there, but never tell that business why, because the one-star is, they love you enough to tell you why they hate you. Right? They're giving you the feedback to improve and to grow. We spend over $500 billion a year on advertising, about $9 billion a year on customer service. That is such a disconnect, because it's your existing customers who are going to drive the most revenues for your business. So that's why the final step here is staying engaged. Stay connected, stay logged in, check your page, deliver feedback in your weekly team meetings, whatever it might be. Make sure that you are staying on top of it and that nothing is slipping through the cracks.
What are your thoughts on YelloDigicon?
I'm excited. When I saw it at first, I was like, okay, I need to see what I can learn as much as possible, because I'm at a stage where I'm trying to grow. And I think this is very good for someone who's trying to grow not just their business, but their self and their experience.
It's relatively early, but have you learned anything thus far?
Definitely. I took some notes, especially with the presentation by John Carl about the reviews. That's where most of my notes came from, because it's not something that was at the forefront of my mind, but now I'm considering everything that might be as of equal importance as many other marketing functions that I do.
So give us some feedback on your presentation.
So one of the things that I noticed with the audience is, one, the amount of energy was insane, but also the kind of fear of online reviews. And I think that's a really natural thing. I think people tend to be nervous that, I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to get rejected or I'm going to get negative feedback, which is a natural fear when you're a small business owner and your reputation is a lot of times tied to your revenues. But what people don't understand, I think what people need to embrace, is that every single business, every single person has the opportunity to improve and the opportunity to grow. So online reviews and feedback is the only way that you can do it, and it's the only way that you can really build a sustainable business. So I think that was one of the most exciting things to communicate to people, is that online reviews are not something to just be afraid of. It's something that you embrace and you use, and is a tool that can help you be better every single day.
What are your overall views on YelloDigicon?
I think this conference is wonderful. Anytime that you can get people out of being in front of their computers or off their cell phones and in person, you will always, the connections that you make in real life are so valuable and more valuable than the connections that you make solely digitally. Connecting with somebody in person is much better than connecting with somebody on LinkedIn, because you actually get to experience and understand and learn about that person. And those connections, from a small business perspective, are the ones that you can take back to your business and that then become tools for you, not just kind of these amorphous alien, interactions.
Stay tuned for more YelloDigicon after the break. Welcome back and thank you for joining Business Access TV. We go straight to stage with the YelloDigicon 2018 highlights.
So let's talk about the new global customer, okay? The new global traveler. Because you need to understand what those expectations are in those consumers that are coming into your market, who are actively looking for you while they're here, okay? So they value your local perspective. We want authenticity, we want adventure, we want jerk chicken. And we want it on the side of the road, right? That's what we want. And I'm gonna search for jerk chicken at the side of the road. So we gotta engage, we have to listen, we have to respond, and not just for 2 reviews, always on, right? And further than that, we need to know if it's working. We need to define our success metrics. And most importantly, we need to tell our stories. The expectation now is that consumers, not just travelers, but consumers want direct connect with brands. They expect immediate responses. They expect accurate information. Don't send me in the wrong direction with an unmarked pin on a map. That's not going to make me very happy. Also, surprise and delight me. Tell me why I need to come to you. Give me that excitement about why I need to come to you, because sure enough, I'm going to share my experiences. I tell you, whoever's following me on Instagram, look out, because there is just, a slew of my adventures happening in my stories, and because you know what, that's what I want to do. I want to show. I'm not going to lie, there's a bit of a snowstorm in April in Canada right now, like a really bad one with ice. Guess what I've been posting? That's right. Sun, cocktails, on the beach, I'm having fun in Jamaica. That's right. So I want to do that because we like to brag, right? So leverage that. Create those opportunities to engage and listen and share that stuff, because they want you to be the personality. So if we're listening and responding, that means we could actually be listening and responding even on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook with posts like this from real people. We could be responding to them directly. We can find this content through hashtags, right? And, listen and sort of respond. And if you are that brand, not the thank you for posting, but, great shot, or ask them even to use their content. Video content is king. Also is live streaming. I'm sure many of you are. Is anyone live streaming this right now on Instagram or Twitter? Very big trend, very big trend. And now, I can tell you right now, I was Facebook Living as I was walking on the beach to my kids. They weren't too happy about that. Oops. But it is a really big part, right? So share that content. Use your social pages to reshare that content. Comment on those user posts. And it's not just Instagram and Twitter. It is also YouTube. It's also other social channels. It's review sites, okay? So mix up this content. Now let's take it back to how you can actually leverage these trends and leverage these conversations, right? So here we go. A couple, really cool things. I was so happily surprised last night when I was doing some searches for some local businesses that were doing a really great job. Are they in here at all? Right? So their food is good, but guess what? They're also really good at sharing their stories. And they're also really good at listening to their customers. So for example, there were quite a few posts on these with comments saying, what was this one? I went for dinner last night and you were closed. Perfect opportunity, right, to listen and respond, saying, we are very sorry we missed you. We'll be waiting with your favorites tomorrow. Simple. Simple. It's the best marketing vehicle there's ever been. It's got to be authentic, very authentic. Not, we've got a special on moringa. That doesn't work anymore in the conversation economy, right? It needs to be a very powerful narrative. So the pushed out content, or I would call brand owned content, should be incorporating the same tone, right? So even your brand's posts that you're putting on to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere need to kind of adjust to be more conversational and creative, right? And to invite responses. Facebook and Instagram specifically are a pure media channel. No free reach. Pure media channel. Although very efficient and very effective, because massive population of people are communicating it on and around it every single day. So yes, you need to be there, right? You need to be unique. You need to show that off. You need to be fun or quirky, if that's your brand. Or you need to be really reserved and smart, if that's your brand. This is what you need to do. You need to resonate with your target audience. Your content, your personality, your conversations, this is the new marketing, okay? Shift it a little bit more. I'm gonna get a little bit deeper because this is part of it, okay? You also now as a business need to be always on all the time. This goes beyond the review sites. This goes into Facebook reviews, Facebook send messages. How many in here have their send message enabled right now? We're getting to a place where we as customers expect it always on. If it can't be on, then you create sort of a frequently asked questions and can I see a menu, that sort of thing. But you need to show that you're always listening and responding. Note that customers today expect a 6-hour response. I would say on Facebook specifically, I'd say that's shrunk, okay? So reviews are also happening on Facebook, and they're very important, okay? Facebook reviews are extremely important, as are all of the other review sites, equally important. Directory sites and review sites such as Yellow are extremely important, and you need to listen, you need to ensure your listings are accurate, and you need to drive those customers then to a conversion, okay? And if you don't do that, to the reference John made about Googling it, you won't appear. So actually reviews are now impacting your distribution and your ability to be found by customers. And this is across the board. This isn't just Yelp, this isn't just TripAdvisor, everywhere, okay? So they need to be managed. So respond quickly, encourage reviews, and always answer.
How important is it for business owners, marketing experts in general, to learn the fundamentals of digital marketing?
That's an excellent question. I just had that same discussion. I would say that fundamentals have to be there, everybody, and I just discussed the fact that I believe, especially here in Jamaica, you have a very young, vibrant business community, it seems. The fundamentals are the key. So what I would say is that the universities around here and the education, that is your opportunity to get the fundamentals into that next up-and-coming group, and it's critical because the other thing is this space and consumer behavior will continue to evolve. So if we have a great grasp of kind of how we've gotten here and how quickly that has changed, but we understand it's basic marketing. It's no different, it's just online.
What would you say are the main takeaways of your presentation today?
Well, I had some other great colleagues who talked a lot about strategy and return on investment and how to measure and what resources and, reviews and how to apply. So my background is really in tourism and hospitality as well as strategy. So I really felt that because Jamaica in itself is such an iconic travel brand and you're known across the globe. So it was my opportunity to say, hey, these conversations about your brand around your core brand pillars like your music and your culture and the people and the food, these are the things that you can tap into, right? So I really talked about untapping the potential of the buzz and the conversations going on, and not just on the social networks that you're comfortable listening to or engaging in, but really honing in on what are your inbound travelers expecting from you and where are they going to talk about your brand. And so really I just talked about, I gave some examples on how to listen, how to respond, not to sell, and really just focused in on that potential.
How many of you all use a marketing plan on a daily basis? You execute it. Ooh, 1 out of many, 2, 3, maybe 10, right? For the rest of you, how will you think about how you're executing marketing tactics without a plan? You don't know what to do. You don't know your expectations, and so you celebrate that one kind of comment. Who posts and they get one comment and they go, yay, social media, right? It's so true, right? You go, yay, this works. And then you get no sales from it. No one's converting. And you go, boo, social media, I hate it. Well, we have to start realistically understanding through first developing a marketing plan so you can understand what a lead is and your expectations. Next is, you don't have a focus. No, you don't. You may believe you do. So target marketing is crazy. It can be crazy sometimes and very difficult. So how many of you all right now in your marketing campaigns are targeting more than 4 target audiences? Yeah, I know, you're out there. You don't want to raise your hand, right? Because you know where I'm going with this, right? 1 target audience. You got 1 target. How many of you are targeting? What are you targeting? Nobody's targeting? You're not doing business? You're just kind of waiting for them to come? You're going, whoever buys my business, I'm all right with it, right? I want that to stop, right? I want that to stop. I absolutely want you to start developing a more focused marketing plan so you can get the leads that you want. Because who wants to make money? All of us, right? Next is, we confuse sales efforts with marketing efforts. So you believe that your marketing is going to get you paid. So listen closely to my simple solution so you can understand. Marketing gets you leads, sales gets you paid. So now we're going to start focusing on practicing more efforts that will get us leads so that we can cipher into getting paid. Here's the reality of marketing. It is for your customer for tomorrow. Marketing is about sustainability, not immediate profitability. And so we believe that if we do marketing, that tomorrow you will get paid. And it's not true. Tomorrow you will have the interest and attraction of a person when you market correctly. On the top half of our funnel is marketing efforts. It's awareness and interest. The bottom half is decision and action. Marketing, especially in social media, is going to help you get attention so you can get interest, so that you can start to do sales activities to have them make that decision. So we have to figure out how many leads is possible and how many leads you want to get when you're marketing, when you're doing your marketing to social media. So how many? What does that look like? 80-20 rule. Anybody know about the Pareto rule? I know, right? So at first glance, this says 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Now that sounds pretty cool, right? You mean to tell me only 20% of my efforts? I could do like 20% and like I'm gonna get 80% reward from doing 20%? That's not what it means at all. You guys know this, right? So in marketing, it's 80% of your leads should come from 20% of your marketing. That means your marketing has to be so tight. It has to be so direct, so specific that you're getting the majority of your leads from it. So it actually means, this Pareto rule means that you need to get more efforts, more tight with your targeting market. So how do you do that when you generate leads? It's going to help you to increase your sales. By condensing down, you're going to be able to expand yourself. I know that sounds kind of crazy, like retract to expand. Absolutely, because you'll have more focused efforts and you'll be actually attracting the people who want to buy your things. So it is important. It is important to know that when you get better leads, increasing the sales is important. All money is not good money, is it, right? We have some, yeah, I know. We have some of those clients, or some of those clients we wish we didn't have. It costs too much to even deal with them in the first place because they're not your target. You want to start really developing leads that are going to get you paid the way you want to get paid. It's also going to help you make better budget decisions. How many of you all have, I'm laughing because you're going to laugh at the question I'm going to ask you. How many of you all have marketing budgets? Great. Marketing budget. What is a marketing budget, right? So here's a simple method about marketing budgets for you. And you should have a marketing budget. We're marketers. You should have a marketing budget. How much are you willing to spend inside of the grocery store on a particular product? So think of it that way. You really need to start investing in your marketing because you cannot just post and people appear. If you build it, they won't come. In fact, you need to build it, drag them over there, beat them in the head. You have to get them to see. In fact, if you didn't know, it takes 7 times in marketing for someone to see an ad for them to pay attention. Now, how many of you have paid attention 7 times to the same ad? I know, non-existent. So I'm going to teach you some ways to get you in front of your ideal audience to help you make better budget decisions. Well, I qualify these by the number of people that I actually talk to during the week. Oftentimes, specifically me, I use LinkedIn to have conversations, at least 10 conversations a week with people. With my percentage, we talked about 80-20, but I'm in that kind of a miracle lane where out of every 10 people I talk to, 7 of them buy something from me. So whether it's a book, because they like me. You like me. They like me. You like me. I know you like me. If you don't, you will after this. They know, like, and trust me, right? How many of you all buy from strangers? Hey, I got some shoestrings. You want to buy them? Right, the string, like, you don't need them, right? It's strange. But if you knew me and you were comfortable with me, you'd buy my shoestrings. So it's important, it is absolutely important to engage and to qualify those people that you want to buy what you have, right? Like, shares, and comments can be leads if you respond back. How many of you all get likes on your post and don't say anything? I know, right? So you look at it or you say thank you. That's polite. Then what happens? It's a lead. They're interested. They're attracted, apparently, because they took the time to like. Now, what about the people who love it, especially on Facebook? They put the love, and that takes a lot of effort because I have to move the thing, right? So that means I really like you because I took the effort, the other 10 seconds to actually place it to love you. You have to start talking to those people. Say hello to them and more than hello. Take them to your inbox. Have a discussion. Okay, so you're tired of the leads, you know how to qualify leads, you're ready to get to the good part, right? What platform should you be on to get these leads? So Facebook is large in Jamaica, YouTube is large in Jamaica. You guys are using Facebook much more than any platform. I'm sorry, content managers, I know you're not gonna like this. Content is becoming the new spam. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're putting out content, who's reading it. I know you're not. You're not, Joel. I know you're not reading the content. You're not reading content. So I want you to start building content for your audience. In order to do that, you're going to have to get to know them. Think resource, not retail. Stop selling to people. Nobody wants a used car salesman. Please. They want a resource. They want to talk to people, right? They want to know, like, and trust you so they can buy you. And video. You cannot make a mistake with that on Facebook, and it lends to a more casual conversation. All right, Pinterest. So I know that you're using it to search, right? I want you guys to start using it to lead to inquiries because you want leads. How you can do that, here's one way. Create a contest and get them to your website, right? Create a contest on Pinterest because they're searching to get onto your website. That way you can lead them to becoming customers. Twitter. Did you know you have to tweet 8 to 20 times a day? No, you didn't, did you? A tweet life lasts 30 seconds. No. So if you're tweeting, it's the newsroom. You want to lead them to a chat. That way that they can be a lead. All of this is about engagement. Every piece of it, every piece of social media is about media for you to be social. So you have to get engaging. Stop thinking that posting and going will help you. All right, these are my favorite, Instagram and LinkedIn. This is where the magic happens in business. I told you that my closing rate is 70%. I can't make this up. I don't make this up. There is where the people, the decision makers are there. They're making decisions. Start to make partnerships. I don't care if you have your curry chicken stand on the side. It's still, you can make business partners. Maybe there's some way you can possibly. I'm telling you, this is not unbelievable. It happens every day. I can't emphasize enough that you need to start to invest in your marketing so that you can build better leads, so you can make more money, because after all, isn't that the point? Thank you, guys.
So it's your first YelloDigicon experience. Talk to us.
Exciting. I love Jamaica Digicon. You guys are really engaging, involved, knowledgeable. You know exactly what you want. You want to ask questions. It's straightforward, and I can appreciate that because you want to grow. Like, these businesses absolutely want to grow, and I'm here to help. I was here to help.
What would you say is the main takeaway of your presentation today?
I keep it simple. Don't oversimplify the process of trying to get all this data, use all these platforms without actually creating a plan. So keep it simple.
Word of advice to the marketers here today.
Sales gets you paid. Marketing gets you leads. And you really need to understand that process first, and don't discount your marketing because it's not getting you sales, because it's not supposed to.
What are your thoughts on today's staging of the YelloDigicon?
Awesome, just awesome. We've had digital conferences in the past, but this one tops it all. I think it's just the new areas that we're featuring, mobile marketing, social media management, and social media marketing, so it just tops all the others. And of course, we're taking it from an international perspective. So far, in comparing, the turnout has been super compared to previous years. So it just shows that Digicon is growing.
You mentioned international. Talk to us about your presenters here today.
Yes, so we have presenters from Canada and from the US. We have Alicia Whalen, who dealt with social media management. We have Sherry Washington, who spoke about, just getting leads online. And what I like about her presentation, she clarified outrightly the misconception about marketing versus sales, and based on the response from the audience, you could see that she was hitting the right notes there. And of course, John Carroll, that spoke about getting online reviews. So in summary, and of course our Google representative will be talking more about mobile marketing.
Why did Yellow feel the need to put on such a conference, YelloDigicon?
Because of the growth of digital marketing, we're seeing where more and more persons are spending time online. And of course, digital marketing is really showcasing your goods and services online, be it social media or through your website or through various search engines. So, I mean, Yellow would pretty much be irresponsible to not be focusing on that. And of course, our mantra here at Yellow is to just put our customers' businesses in front of their target audience.
Did you know that Google's algorithms are actually smart enough to differentiate between someone curious about learning about Jamaica, who are interested in traveling to Jamaica, who are already decided that's where I want to go on vacation, I just need to find the best deal, and who've already bought one? And it's not about personal data. We don't have that. It's about understanding the situation. What do you really want to do? That way, we can target you effectively and show you the correct ad or the correct experience and video so you don't have to worry about that. We can also learn a little bit about your behavior, you know. Someone at the beginning with John, I believe it was, or I hope it was with John, they asked a question about Facebook and Cambridge Analytica, how it's really scary how much information companies have about you, right? Well, we at Google don't have your personal information, but we are able to identify common traits that's not identifiable to you. We won't ever be able to zone in on Daniel. Ooh, we know that's Daniel looking at videos about puppies. No. We know that there's a man who's very interested in puppies and who might be interested in buying a new Labrador. So we'll do that. We'll help. And that's what the context is all about. So that in itself means assisting someone, be able to create a business model for assistance means first, you got to show up. What does show up mean? It means, like Target, like a supermarket, it means our attention span is so short that if you're not there when we need you, when we're looking for you, you might as well not be. So let me give you an example, a tangible example that you can copy. We have Target. Target is a supermarket, international. And when we're talking about supermarkets, we're used to the idea that someone has to buy groceries. They have to drive up, choose everything in the store, and then pay and leave. But did you know that Target found the secret formula? Even though we still have to go to the store, we now can pre-shop online. So what happens if we combine the offline experience with the online? We make a seamless omni-channel transition. So what did Target do? They realized they built an online shop. Not because they expected people to buy online, although they did, but they expected to be present whenever they needed. If they were baking a cake and all of a sudden they realized, you know, I'm out of flour, I might as well make a wish list. Hey, I need flour. Remember to buy flour the next time. I really enjoyed that chicken meal I ate, so I got to write down the ingredients. And Target helped with that, helped making a shopping list that ultimately led to people buying more in their store. It was easier for customers to remember what they wanted. So, what does show up mean? It means if you need road assistance 24/7, you gotta be there 24/7. Not being there when they need you the most, when they're scared the most, can also be the key difference between great brand image and normal brand image. It means if you're in the service industry, right? Plumbing, restaurants, guides, surfing lessons, scuba lessons, if you're not there when they need you, when they're curious and impatient in that moment, you might as well not exist. And it's not about appearing sometimes, it's about always appearing. It's about re-engaging but not spamming. So you have to wise up. How do you wise up? Well, what if I told you that we all have characteristics, likes, and wants that we consciously don't know about? Well, Sonos is an audio company. They build stereos, right? You wouldn't expect them to need a very complex, very complete marketing campaign. But what did Sonos do? They realized that young people love an audio experience. They love quality, they love tenacity, they love power. They want to do parties at night, they want to do parties in their bath, they want to listen to music all the time. But Sonos wanted to engage with those users, we wanted to find them, but the truth of the fact is Sonos didn't know how to find those kinds of people. What did they do instead? They connected with online marketing, with partners and premier partners that allowed them to share data, share intent with Google, with Facebook, with Yelp, with everyone. And that in itself, we helped them find the market, be able to identify between the crowd who's more willing and who's ready to buy a new stereo for their home or their bath. So that in itself, we made their targeting more efficient for them. We did all the hard work. You guys just need to be able to want it. And what did that lead to Sonos? That led to an increase in brand, 420%, like you can see in the slide. All of a sudden, college dorms, everyone used Sonos. Before, when we heard audio, maybe we thought Mitsubishi, maybe we thought Sony, Bose, but who knew Sonos even existed? And now he outsells everyone else. He's the number one. And he started small. If you don't believe me, think of the Uber example. We all thought taxi industry was going to stay the same. You know, you're in the curb, try to signal a car in the rain. But all of a sudden, with the comfort and easiness of an app, we can do it every time, every day. So help us help you grow. But to be able to grow, you have to keep up. You have to speed up. Because like I said, we got a very short attention span. Think 3 seconds. That's going to be your rule from now on. If we don't get what we want in 3 seconds, we're gone. We're that impatient with you guys. So then what does that mean? It means that you will lose half of your leads if you don't answer back in 3 seconds. And that doesn't mean a review. That doesn't mean a retweet. That means that if I want to know about your costs for dinner or your travel packages, I expect to be able to find the information in as little as 3 seconds. And since we all love our smartphones and we all love the mobile data in Jamaica, we expect that to be true. Just kidding. But there's a silver lining in it. Did you know that the world average is actually 24 seconds? So, how can the world average be 24 seconds if our attention is only 3? Well, here's the little secret for you guys. All we need to know is get some feedback. Basically, if we go into your mobile website and we start seeing some colors appear, changes, if we see that it's working in less than 3 seconds, that's enough. We'll start eventually paying attention to other information. If it ends or finishes loading in 24 seconds, then that's okay because we got our answer in 3. All of a sudden, it's like we knock on the door and we might hear someone yell, "Coming!" Then we'll wait. We're like, okay, someone heard me. It's the service is going to come. That's what the 3-second rule meant. But if I knock on the door, nobody answers or calls out, and 24 seconds later, you just simply open the door, by then you're going to see nobody. That's what we mean.
Wow, it was a fantastic forum, very informative, and the presentations were they were just to the point and very interesting. There was, some of those long presentations that people will be sleeping before they finish. Nope, wide awake, very interactive. Yeah, it was great. Awesome experience.
And that's it for our highlights of the YelloDigicon 2018. I've been your host, Amita Prasadweb, and thank you for watching Business Access TV. Serious about business.